Okay guys, we are live.
Yan.
So tinatry ko
Finally,
siyang mag-landscape para ayaw niya mag-landscape format.
ako din
Kaya
nag-aayos pa ako ng height ng
for the
camera.
for the meantime na muna ako, portrait mode muna ako, okay lang.
Okay lang yan. Di
All
ba?
right.
Important yung ating content.
Yes. Mas importante
Anyway,
'yun.
kamusta coach?
Okay
Kamusta this
naman.
week?
Ano bang merong bago this week? Mas
Quarantine pa rin.
lumawag na sa Manila pero quarantine pa din, pero medyo lumuluwag-luwag na ano.
Yun yung bago no? Parang hindi yan na ata bago. Yes, ayun pala. So, good evening, Miss Jenny.
Yes. Hi, Miss Jen. Teka, share natin yung live stream, guys. Para naman mas maging masaya tayo dito.
Sige, ako nga pala. Sorry, yung aking moderator, busy pa. Maya-maya in 5 minutes.
For those who are watching also, guys, feel free to share the live stream. Para mas maganda kasi, guys, na we are talking, mas live tayo nagkikipag-usap. At kaya meron kayong mga questions. At kung meron kayong mga kaibigan na feeling nyo can relate to this topic, pwede nang i-share sa kanila itong live stream natin. Okay.
Yes. Yan. Hello to the 2 viewers. And sana stay kayo guys kasi we have a lot of things to discuss. And remember, last time may prizes. Nagpaasa no? Pero marin nyo, may mga announcements kami, additional announcements. Ikaw ba, Coach? Workout, kamusta ulit? Tuloy pa rin?
Tuloy naman. Ano ba ngayon? Ang maganda ngayon, may pinsan ako na ngayon ulit nakabalik dito. So medyo, nag-workout na siya dati with me before. Pero ngayon, nung natigil so medyo nag-start siya sa day 1 ulit. Yun talaga no? Kapag natigil ka with your consistent workout or matagal kang hindi nakapag-workout, talagang sabi nga niya na parang, grabe no, kapag hindi mo siya laging ginagawa, yung simple stretch na pag-twist lang ng body, medyo parang back to zero daw. So, sabi ko, oo nga, ganun talaga. Pero since ngayon, day 1 mo ulit, tuloy-tuloy na lang siya. Parang ganun.
Ano yun, Coach? Balik dito sa Philippines or balik dyan sa inyo?
Hindi, dito lang. Balik lang dito. Parang for 2 weeks yata or 3 weeks, nagstay siya dun sa boyfriend niya. And then ngayon lang siya nakabalik ulit.
Yun.
So, nag-workout siya ulit.
At least, diba? Nakabalik.
Yes. Mismo yan.
Okay, so meron palang, again, shoutout kay Mr. Richard Enrique.
Hello,
okay, mamaya
Mr.
natin
Richard.
pag-usapan tong question. Okay, so we'll reserve this question, Sir Richard. So I hope you stay. Okay, after the topic, we would talk about this one. Kasi in a way, diba, it's always related. So guys, if you have questions, everything is related, diba? When it comes to fitness. Kahit kakaiba yung pinag-usapan namin ni Coach. Ako naman, Coach, ano ba?
Yes, Coach Johnny Tao. Kumusta?
Kakatapos pa lang ng deload. So, bagong start ng program. And as always, after deload, parang hirap lagi bumalik niyan. Kasi medyo mababa volume, mababa load for the past week. Diba? Pero at least, diba, parang medyo may onting gigil na din magbuhat.
Yes.
Okay, so yan.
Nice.
Although ako, for this week, I'm focusing more on yung squat depth. Yan, yung mga minor tweaks lang, not so much on the weight muna. Kasi we have limited equipments, etc. Okay, dumadami na pala tayo. So, hi guys. Hi to the...
Yes, sa mga bagong pasok. Welcome sa live stream.
Yan. Okay, so I think since marami na tayo, we could start with our topic.
Yes.
Okay.
So, ano nga bang topic natin today sa mga nakabasa ng caption, no? Ang topic natin today, it's all about fitness apps. So, ano ba meron sa fitness apps? PNF apps, fitness apps, ito ba ay effective? Kayo ba ay gumagamit ng mga fitness apps? Ito ba ay nakakatulong sa inyong mga programs? Or nami-mislead ba kayo? So, kung yan yung mga questions ninyo, syempre, today is our topic and perfect to para sa inyo, di ba? Kasi, mapapa-question ka minsan Minsan, ang ganda-ganda ng marketing ng isang app, no? Pero pag dinownload mo na yung app, parang hindi talaga yun yung ine-expect mo. May mga ganun kasi. May mga parang catch sila ganyan. It's effective basta sinusunod. Okay. Ito yung comment ni Doc Neo. It's effective basta sinusunod. Pero para sa akin, Coach John, meron Coach. Sige, Coach John. Bakit?
Natawa lang ako, Coach, kasi di ba for the past few episodes, para lagi tayong caught off guard with regards to the topic. Coach, ano nga ba topic? Wait lang, balik tayo Facebook. But this time, di ba, we came in
Yes.
prepared.
Alam na natin, prepared tayo.
Yeah. Pero yan.
Pero yun
Okay,
nga,
so Coach,
doon sa sinabi ni Doc Neo, no, basta sinusunod. Parang kailangan mas malinaw yung yung basta sinusunod. Kasi minsan, pwede kasing sinusunod mo siya, but when you're checking out your form, hindi din pala yun yung best form. So, medyo mahirap din, lalo na kung wala nagko-coach sa atin. Sige, Coach John, simulan na natin. What can you say about our topic? Your thoughts on this? Kasi bago ko sabihin yung mga naisip ko din. Ikaw muna. What's your thought on fitness apps? Are they effective?
Okay, so maganda. Share lang muna natin yung sabi ni Doc
Dami
Neo.
ko naka-install. Iba-iba pala kay Doc Neo.
Pero meron pa next.
Pero sa simula lang.
Okay. So again, guys, we encourage you to share. Okay?
Yes,
to share your thoughts, insights, questions.
Yes,
etc.
mismo.
Okay, sa akin, Coach, pagdating sa fitness apps, honestly, I don't know if I'm fortunate or unfortunate because I haven't tried workout apps.
I see.
Before.
Okay.
Ang talagang nasunod ko would be nutrition. Apps about nutrition. Ayan. Pero when it comes to workouts, kasi, di ba nga, I started out as an athlete, so meron kang sports trainer talaga, strength and conditioning. So after that one naman, nung nag-quit na sa pagiging athlete, halata na yung age ko. So again guys, sorry sa age, baka wala nang maka-relate. Pero yung friends ko, we use yung mga muscle magazines, yung magazines ng bodybuilder.
I see. Yes.
So meron mga pre-made workouts na eh. And then after that one, I started venturing into reading yung mga Olympic training, etc. So na-skip ko talaga si app. Pero ang na-try ko lang talaga si mga calorie counting apps or macronutrient counting.
Okay.
How about you, Coach Anjo? What's your experience on different apps?
Ako, same with Doc Neo, no? Kasi friend ko yan si Doc Neo and may mga apps siyang sinasuggest or at least pinapakita sa amin, I'm trying this new app. You might want to check it out, ganyan. So, ito naman, check ko naman kung ano yung mga apps na ginagamit niya. So, again, tama si Doc Neo, there are different fitness apps out there. Type mo nga lang, fitness app. Ang dami yan. Iba't ibang brands, iba't ibang marketing style. Pero, how would you really gauge if a certain app is that effective? So, ang personal experience ko, since I've tried different apps din, minsan kasi makikita mo, may mga set routines, di ba? May mga, syempre may free na fitness app, meron din paid. Syempre yung paid, mas maraming options, mas maraming programs, mas complete as compared dun sa free one. So, never pa ako nag-try ng paid eh. Lagi ako dun sa free version. So, sa experience, ayaw magbayad.
Ako din, Coach.
Gusto laging libre. So, anong nangyari? Parang since it's free, sometimes, limited lang din talaga yung information na binibigay. And the problem din with free, kasi sometimes, yun na nga ito lagi natin pinag-usapan to, Coach Jan, di ba, na ang problema kasi pagdating sa mga apps lang, let's say, ang nangyayari, hindi natututukan talaga ng app yung person who's using it. Di ba? Ang difference kasi ng app as compared to like a personal trainer, ang kagandahan kasi ng personal trainer, may feedback. May feedback dun sa, let's say, sa form mo, or let's say, if you're doing the move correctly, meron magbibigay sa'yo ng feedback, you're right with this form, or maybe you need to tweak this a bit to make it perfect, parang ganyan. Ang problema sa mga fitness apps, walang feedback. So, it will really base on your knowledge dun sa certain move or dun sa workout. So, alam natin, Coach John, ano ba ang mga downsides or disadvantages ng ganong klaseng setup? Wherein you're just doing the program, or you're just doing the workout or the routine nang wala talaga nag-check sa'yo. Ano bang disadvantage niyan?
Siguro kasi, Coach, yun nga, tama yung sinabi mo eh. There are certain considerations kasi. Tulad nga na sinabi ni Coach Anjo, sometimes daw, based on his experience, sometimes wala talaga ang feedback. But ako, this is, parehas namin ginamit to ni Coach Linus before. We've used coaching apps Okay, where you add your client,
coaching apps. Yeah.
have feedback, and then the client would send videos and you could draw lines dun sa videos, etc., etc. So these are apps din na fitness apps. However, hindi kasi this is not yung parang easily accessible sa Play Store na parang type mo lang and then you can just do whatever yung setup. Kasi you have to have a coach on the other side of the app.
Yes.
Okay, so
so it will not work kapag walang coach dun sa other side, parang ganun siya.
Blanco siya eh. Once you send something, wala kang recipient nung sisendan mo. So that's something na medyo kakaiba. Pero for most apps nga, siguro tignan natin kung maganda yung logo sa App Store. Joke lang.
Yun pala yung basihan. Uy, kakaiba tong design na to, no? Parang effective to.
Catchy to, favorite color ko to, coach. Okay, the-download natin. Pero siguro, let's go back doon sa sabi ni Sir Neo nga. It's effective basta sinusunod. Okay? So, yes. Ano ba yung, sabi nga, ang tanong nga ni Coach Anjo, what are the downsides din? Diba? One downside would be, walang nagre-remind sa'yo kung susunod. It's just an alarm notification na you have to work out today. You have to work out today. So, ang tanong nga, do you really get motivated by the notification? Some people, they do get motivated. Di ba? Pagkakita pa lang nila, schedule for workout. Pero sometimes, alam mo naman sa phone, swipe.
Wala na agad, no?
Ang Google to.
Isang reminder lang yun, tapos wala na agad.
Exactly, di ba? Baka nga blinak pa ang kulit nito. Everyday, workout everyday daw, di ba? So, kasi syempre consistency is always key, and when
very much.
We get results, di ba? And balik tayo din sa sinabi naman ni Coach Anjo. Maganda yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, yung feedback. But in sports science kasi, we have this concept, not just sports science, but the person, the task, and the environment. When we're talking about skills and exercises, some exercises, they have a skill component when it comes to the moves. You have to consider the person, the task, and the environment. And sometimes those things differ case-to-case basis. Diba? Parang for example, si Coach Anjo, maybe padded yung seat. Mas makapal yung padding. Sa akin naman hindi. So maybe mas komportable sa kanya to talk ng hours dito sa FB Live, but sa akin naman, medyo it's a little bit tedious on my part. This is the same when it comes to your training program. But again, something is always better than nothing. Diba? Pero if you
that's right.
A little bit more effective, maybe step up the game a little bit, you have minor corrections here and there, like for example, squats. Not everyone squat in the same manner. There are cues similar to everyone, pero not everyone will have certain mobilities, certain limits, etc., etc. So, ikaw naman, Coach Anjo, ano pa nakikita mo mga negative agad, no? So, not negative naman, maybe disadvantages.
Sige, disadvantages. Siguro ang disadvantage nun din na nakikita ko, will depend on the person's fitness level. Sabihin na natin, may advantage din siya kapag marunong ka na mag-workout, di ba? If you know how to work out, probably you're just looking for a good routine or a good set of workouts to do. Lalo na ngayon, sa bahay lang. Kunwaring expert ka, or siguro may experience ka na pumunta sa gym with certain workouts, pero wala kang idea how to do a home workout, let's say, but you know the moves. So if you're on that level already, makakatulong sa'yo. Kasi susundan mo lang, marami ng mga nakaprogram na certain workouts na home workout, let's say, susundan mo na lang. Alam mo naman na kasi kung paano. So plus yun for people who already know how to work out. But for me, if you are a beginner, and let's say, wala ka pa nga masyadong experience pa, di ba? Wala ka pa masyadong, like yung katawan mo, hindi ganun ka sanay with movement, let's say, or hindi ganun ka mobile yung katawan, yung mga range of motion mo, medyo masikip pa, yung mga joints mo, tight pa yan. So medyo, mahihirapan ka rin sumunod. At saka, malay natin, you won't really know if your form is like the best way of doing it. Baka naman kasi, maybe lang na yung form na ginagawa mo, mas strain pa yung ibang mga muscle parts kasi mas yun yung ginagamit. Hindi mo pa kasi alam. So, yun yung isang nakikita kong disadvantage na, it's okay that you're trying to mimic the move, but if you don't really know how to do it yet properly, baka lang naman na mas magkaroon ka pa ng possible injuries with it. So, yun yung medyo nakikita kong disadvantage or advantage if you know how to work out.
Yes. That's true, Coach Anjo. Kasi ako, I would share an experience before when I started doing squats. Feeling ko talaga I'm hitting the proper depth. Tapos feeling ko din tama. And even if I'm squatting in front of the mirror, feeling ko parang
Okay
feeling
naman din yung form, ano?
feeling ko, ang lapit na abot ko na talaga. Ganda talaga ng form ko. Ganun. Pero going back, kasi I still have yung mga videos ko back then. I keep
Yes.
track kasi yung progress eh. So going back, nung syempre mas marami na tayong nalaman, mas marami tayong nabasa, etc. Sabi ko talaga parang ang pangit ng mga pinaggagawa ko. Diba? And this is coming from someone who has yet to use any fitness app naman.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right.
parang nag-try lang ako from pictures, from videos, etc. So maganda yung point ni Coach Anjo eh. The form. You might not be too keen in observing your own form. Diba?
Yes.
Tingin nga tayo sa chat.
Sige, tingin tayo. Pero dun sa caption din kasi natin, no, may nilagay tayong, is it really just marketing? So, what can you say about that, Coach John? Is marketing effective in a sense na may pagka, somehow you're fooling, I don't know, maybe I'm just too negative about it. Ewan ko, kasi marketing is effective, di ba? Marketing is effective. Kung maganda ang marketing mo, kahit naman na hindi ganun kaganda pa yung, sa una, kaganda yung app mo or yung program mo, you can sell it and then malalaman mo na lang pala na it's not so okay. So, how important ba is marketing? Siguro, maganda rin makita ng yan eh. Kung if you're a fitness coach, let's say, if you know how to market yourself din naman, di ba? Mas marami ka makukuha ang clients. Yan yung isang side din na hindi nakikita ng mga fitness professionals. Yes, you know how to work out, you know how to teach a person, but how to really market it, medyo hindi pa ganun ka-expert ng iba. So, sige lang, certain insights lang. Insights on the effectiveness of marketing sa isang app, isang fitness app.
parang biglang hindi naging fitness eh, no? Pero this is
sa bagay yung insight lang.
I'm torn with this one kasi syempre as I don't know if yung mga, di ba, no, before we've introduced ourselves sa Collective Kinetics and my degree or first degree is business management. So marketing here and then fitness. Torn tayo. Pero how do I weigh this? Siyempre, sabi ko nga, doing something is better than doing nothing in terms of health, di ba? So if you're really not moving and you pick up an app, di ba? And it made you move.
Yes, that's right.
Okay yan, di ba? Okay naman yan. However, so may however naman dyan. If you're a parang special population na maybe na-injure ka pa. Okay, na-injure ka pa, that might be detrimental, di ba? Remember, we've mentioned consistency. So kung na-injure ka, di ba? Pag na-injure ka, paano mo patutuloy yung workout mo? Paano ka pa pupunta dun sa goal? If you don't really know how to work out, you also might not know how to yung therapy recover from an injury.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. So parang paano nga yun? Kaya nga siguro best of both worlds. Siguro I could inject this one, yung sabi nga ni Miss Kia, 'di ba? You might want to consult kasi sometimes maybe there are times na having a fitness trainer might not be accessible to you, for you, 'di ba? So maybe you can consult. Get yung workouts checked or maybe get your form checked, diba, for a certain program na nakita nyo sa app. Maybe that's something that you could consider. Pero when it comes to marketing, sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, if you do know what you're doing, diba, syempre maganda din if ma-market mo. Kasi you would help a lot. Remember, not all information presented online, unfortunately, diba, is filtered. Diba? Free for all to, guys, free for all. So, di ba, may fake news. Sometimes may fake news. Meron din fake fitness. Parang pangit na fake fitness.
Fake fitness.
Pero ikaw, Coach Anjo, what's your take on it?
Yun na nga eh. I support what you just said na it's really beneficial for those who already know how to do things. Parang ano yun, parang plus points na parang, uy, ang dami kong pwedeng puntahan na app na, uy, maganda yung magka-market, o I can see na yung videos na pinapakita nila, it's something I can do, di ba? So, kung marunong ka na mag-exercise, good for you. Kasi you just choose an app, lalo na kung maganda pa siya marketed well pa, di ba? Mas madali din sa'yo para makagawa ng routines or makapag-workout at home. Yun na nga lang, if you don't know anything yet, and then na-entice ka, ay, sabi dito, magkakaroon daw ako ng abs in, let's say, 2 weeks or a month. Basta tuloy-tuloy ko lang gagawin tong workout na to. So, you might be deceived by it kasi you don't really know how to, syempre, let's say, para kung ang marketing nila ay magka-abs ka, syempre, hindi na naman workout yun. Mas importante pa nga ang diet doon. So, kung hindi sinishare yung diet part ng app na yun, then you might not be able to reach your goal, di ba? Baka kahit ka pa ng kaya, nag-exercise ka lang.
Solo-solo na lang.
Oo, di ba? So, yun lang. Kung hindi ka ganun ka-experience pa, baka hindi siya ganun super ka-effective. Baka pa mas ma-mislead ka pa with the marketing nung app na yun.
Yes.
Pero if you know how to do it, then why not?
Maganda to, bro, kasi tignan mo.
Yes.
Sabi ni
yung Apple Fitness Plus may feedback sa watch pero di pa available sa Pilipinas kaya hindi ko pa natatry. So maganda kung may ganyan, di ba? Talagang may feedback din.
Although, siguro, well, I'm not sure kasi I haven't used it yet again. Pero there might be people that could not interpret then the results properly.
Oh yes, that's right also.
Oh, this is something I use
That's right.
Apps. I do have my own oximeter, and when we're doing cardio, diba, in collective kinetics, in sports science, we measure heart rates to check if yung bang perception ng tao on effort, it's also what the heart perceives, etc. Medyo mina-match din. And this is something na nakukuha natin through watches, apps, what else? You have yun nga, oximeters. Pero yun nga, not a lot of people know the range. Should you use your resting heart rate? Okay, to adjust. What's your max heart rate? What's your target zone? Diba? Do you use Carbonin method, etc., etc.? Diba? So those are things na maybe someone could help you with.
Yeah.
Mga ganun. Pero it's good, diba? At least, diba? An app is already moving to a direction na medyo on the science and data gathering.
Yes. Diba? That's right.
Eto si Miss Kia naman.
It is marketing, but it depends on the intention of the app. Kung bakit ba nila ginawa yun. Kasi lahat naman may marketing factor. Yes, totoo. I agree, no? Yes. So, sana responsible na lang din yung mga developers ng apps na to, na hindi lang talagang ahabol nila ay perahan yung mga tao. Talagang gusto na genuinely wants to help people.
Parang yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, imagine nyo parang one day, ab routine, tapos diba? In 2 days, may
abs ka na agad.
Grabe yun. Parang
grabe nga
kung may ganun, ma-download nga yan, baka nga magkatotoo talaga, diba? So, that's right. Again, guys, siguro this all boils down to sometimes kasi things are getting blown out of proportions pagdating sa mga expectations natin eh. Parang yun yung napapansin. It seems na parang kamukha nun, Coach Anjo. 20 days, abs. It could be true for maybe for Coach Anjo, di ba? Pagka talagang in tip-top shape, dieting a little bit, maybe more on the
tapos diet talaga. Yeah.
Parang overweight lang to kasi medyo salty yung food choices last week. Okay, so pwede, but it's not for everyone. That kind of gains is not for everyone. Kasi if you're a beginner, you really don't have muscles sa core mo pa that could provide you with this symmetry and aesthetics. Talagang 20 days would not be enough, di ba? You will have to build muscle. And ako, science nga, it's just 0.5, di ba? 0.5 a week. Okay, so again guys, correct me if I'm wrong, pero 0.5 pounds a week for beginners, and because of the law of diminishing returns, pababa din yung muscle gains natin eventually. Di ba? So, that's something to consider din. maybe our expectations. Expectations versus reality. May ganun ba? Ilalabas tayo ng
Totoo,
mga
no? Sabi nila 20 days, but in reality, this is me after 20 days.
Diba tayo, no?
Ano to?
Parang mali ata. Okay, meron tayo, I think meron. So again, guys, we encourage you to join in sa discussion through our chat box.
Comment lang kayo ng insights nyo and thoughts about fitness apps. Yan.
This
yung
one.
mga push-up apps na pinapagawa every day for 30 days. Oo. May positive gains daw ba yun?
Okay. So your take, Coach Anjo.
Push-up apps, no? I haven't really seen, siguro in general parang calisthenics apps yan, no? Yung mga nagbibigay ng mga routines. I think unang-una, if you really know how to target the muscle parts ng push-up, kasi sometimes kapag hindi mo alam yung tamang form ng push-up, baka nauuna yung hips, di ba? Tapos hindi talaga nakakapag-focus dun sa chest, let's say, or siguro mas ina-arms mo siya, then may gains pa rin naman. Definitely there will be gains because you worked out. Siguro may positive gains. Yeah, my answer is yes. To cut it short, my answer is yes, lalo kung 30 days. But again, it depends on your expectation. Sabi nga ni Coach Jan, baka naman you're expecting after 30 days, bumukol na yung chest mo bigla na sobra-sobra, or sobrang magkaroon na ng cuts yung arms mo bigla. Depende pa rin yan sa diet natin, depende pa rin yan sa amount of muscle mass that you already have, at depende rin yan sa execution, or let's say kung weighted ba na push-ups yan, mas may load, maraming factors. So, the answer is yes if you know how to do it well, or if you know how to do it right. Pero kung manggagaling ka from day 0 or day 1, na lalo hindi mo talaga alam how to do it, baka mas matagal pa sa 30 days yung kailangan mong gawin. But I'm not saying it's not effective. It's like a good tool for you to do, but don't really expect yet na 30 days is enough. Maybe you can do more than just 30 days. Parang ganun siya.
Yeah.
Coach Jan, ikaw?
Ako naman siguro 31 days dapat. Plus 1
yung 1 day na yun, sobrang may big effort.
Oo, di ba? Pag 30 days, wala pa yan, guys. Pag pinagdagan yung 31, kasi there are months na 31 eh. So, kailangan mag-fit tayo. Anyway,
punuin mo din yung 1 day na yun.
Biglang may nagsabi, paano yung Feb?
28 lang. Paano? Hindi mo na ma-achieve kasi 30 days na kailangan.
Kasi nga, Feb hindi matapos, di ba? Anyway, so in a serious note, so tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo eh. Siyempre, for example, si Coach Anjo, ako, we could tweak yung program ng app. We could even do
exactly that. Oh, tama yun.
Diba? Maybe do different variations kasi we don't think na doing it every day is okay, diba? Pero for someone who will follow it, siguro it depends. Diba? Sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, pwede din sakto-sakto lang. Okay, so for example, syempre we're not sure what the app is, what's the recommendation of the app. Pero if you look at it, if it's every day, remember guys, you have to rest for adaptation to occur. So if it's everyday push-ups, diba, it will give you gains. Pero is it effective and optimal? Could you achieve what you achieved in every other day push-ups? Diba? Or maybe twice a week push-ups, could you achieve more? Diba? Yan kasi yung questions eh. So kung may positive gains ba doon? Maybe. As long as you're not putting it sobrang load, volume, etc. Pero is it as effective as getting a workout na twice a week ka magpo-push up? Diba? Or maybe with, sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, bands. Ba? A program that has...
Pwede, yes.
Diba?
Exercise kasi.
Reps and reps. Yung parang, day 1, 5 reps. Day 2, 6 reps. Day 3, 7 reps. Okay, go up to 300 reps for 30 days. Yung mga ganun. So, kung ganun nangyayari, every day you're doing push-ups and push-ups.
More than,
yes. Ba, more than you can chew. More than the body's recovery resources.
Yeah.
More than the capacity ng joints nyo yung volume. So, you might be in your joints after 30 days. So you do have gains, pero you will lose it the next month kasi you can do push-ups.
Hindi ka na maka-workout.
You see,
masakit na. Correct.
Ayaw na, di ba?
That's right, that's right.
Yan. So, how about ito, kay Miss Kia din?
Sabi niya, yes, sige, Coach John.
Yan, factor din kasi yung startup makers just wish to help people until it actually sells, tapos nagiging greedy.
Okay.
And we all hope na sana hindi ganun, no?
Sana hindi ganun, no?
They follow through, di ba? We don't know kasi we're not app users. Okay? Pero again, sana hindi. Versus nung nag-start sila na may advocacy and client support. Okay, maganda din tong comment ni Doc Neo.
I lost 20 days. Hey, you lost 20 days?
Hindi, parang sabi ni Doc Neo, di ba, 20-day ab workouts yung pinag-uusapan natin. Tapos instead
of lost 20 days.
I lost 20 days. Pwede, di ba?
Pwede din.
You're losing yung important days and time.
Yeah, that's right.
Ayan. Ito din.
Sabi naman ni Chef Kia, if effectivity kasi ang pinag-uusapan, it should include all factors affecting the results. Yes, one factor lang yung app, pero majority are all the other factors affecting the lifestyle, yes, of the person's results altogether. True. And again, sabi nga, since it's a lifestyle, I hope people understand na if you wanna have results then, whether you wanna lose weight, gain weight, build muscle, importante talaga ang nutrition more than just the workout. So, yes, I agree with the other factors. Sleep, recovery, yung enough sleep. Ano pa ba? Like, yun nga, nutrition, right food to eat, your macronutrients, micronutrients. So, there are a lot of factors. Siguro even mood. What do you think, Coach John? Mood ba can affect? Is it a factor?
Yes. Kasi tama yung sabi ni Miss Kia, di ba? Not before, pero a while ago, for our new listeners, di ba, and viewers, we've discussed the person, the task, and the environment.
Yes.
Sometimes, di ba, sometimes we all have different situations and scenarios in life. Di ba? Parang, kamukha sabi ni Coach Anjo, motivation. What if you have the best program? Ibig sabihin, twice a week, your muscles are getting hit, etc., etc. You have recovery resources. But, you cannot go to work because of that schedule. So you end up losing money, diba? Baka nga you get fired and you cannot pay for your food mo, then that could be another factor. Kaya nga, there are a lot of factors. Sometimes tinitignan natin, it's just science, what's physiologically better, etc. But in reality, diba, mood is also a concern, diba? Especially nowadays in the pandemic.
Yeah, tama yan mismo.
I think nabanggit to ng ating viewer, si Sir Leo, motivation, di ba? A lot of people are demotivated. So, paano nga yun? Ibibigay na lang ba natin sa kanila yung optimal volume? Go ahead, work out 24 sets a week. That's the most optimal volume for your muscle. That person is already demotivated eh. Maybe we could start to focus on something fun first. Okay, once that person gets a groove on, di ba? Then maybe we could go ahead towards a program that is more effective physiologically. Or ibig sabihin yung affects muscle gain, muscle loss, etc. Diba? So, yun ang nakikita ko kasi when it comes sa mood eh. You cannot force a person to exercise.
Yes.
Sabihin mo na, your life depends on it. Kung talagang sobrang demotivated siya, di ba? Kahit anong app pa yan, kahit maganda pa
yan. Kahit anong app, kahit maganda pa yung program ng app na it won't really help. Diba? Kasi hindi mo siya ma-attract to do it eh. Parang, sige, I'll just remind you. Pero hanggang doon lang kasi yun.
Yes.
Tama, that's right, Coach Jan. That's right.
I think meron ata akong nalampasan eh. So, anyway, so again, guys, kindly share, di ba? Share our live, so on and so forth. Coach Anjo, sige, encourage our viewers while I curate our chat.
So, yun na nga, guys. I think this topic is very relatable, lalo na ngayon it's pandemic na ang dami-dami talagang online, dami-dami nag-explore ng options, how to work out online. Should I hire somebody? Should I just rely on fitness apps? Mga ganun. So, I think, maraming makaka-relate dito. So, if you are that person, please, we would really much appreciate you commenting your insights on this topic. And kung meron din kayong mga kaibigan na malay nyo, kayo pala ay you're using the same app tapos hindi nyo lang alam din how to use it. Maybe you might want to share this live stream sa friend mo na yun. Malay mo lang, makatulong kami, di ba? And malay nyo lang, meron kayong mga questions na matagal nyo nang gustong itanong sa mga tao or sa mga professionals but you don't have time and you don't have, someone who can help you. So maybe now's the chance or now's the time.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a question.
Ito, shoutout pala natin kasi
yes.
Thank you for tagging us, di ba?
Yes,
tagging
mismo
your
yan.
friends. Okay.
That's true.
Friendliness is next to godliness. may ganun. Hindi, pero yun nga, we really appreciate when you share our lives sa ibang tao. Kasi remember, there might be people who are experiencing yung mga demotivation and maybe this could help.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
To start, not to be the best athlete in the world, the fittest person in the world. Pero di ba, start lang. Diba?
Yes,
start the fire para maging okay yung... Okay, so sabi ni Miss Kia, medyo on the happy side muna tayo.
Because dyan.
Sabi,
Kono ba sa?
Kasi sa Miss You, dito na lang ako sasagot. Kia, back.
Yours back, Philippines.
Yes. Okay, I think, sorry na share ko na click ko, guys. So it's okay to chat sa chat box, di ba? And magkulitan. Kasi this is, I think Coach Anjo kasi, sometimes, nakakalimutan nila, di ba, na when you have fun, it also helps with motivation.
Oo naman. That's right. Dun sa ano nga pala, no? Sige, yes, meron ba tayong bago?
Sige lang, Coach Anjo.
Ayun. Hindi, share ko na rin, no? Since we're talking about apps, and siguro, nabanggit mo to kanina, Coach Jan, no? You tried using mga nutrition apps. And I think it's very much related to fitness apps as well. Siguro ako naman personally, when it comes to nutrition apps, like, let's say MyFitnessPal, yung mga nagbibilang ng macronutrients, ng calories ninyo, for me personally, it's effective. It's like removing the task of writing it down. For example, you're really counting your calories. It removes that part that you have to write it down and then get a calculator maybe and compute it manually. Diba? Ang maganda sa MyFitnessPal or mga ganong klaseng apps, since it's a community-based app na wherein anybody can just encode a certain food item na malay nyo, parehas pa yun na kinakain ninyo. So it becomes your life easier in a way. Instead of really computing the calories, malay nyo, meron na pala nag-encode niyan dati pa. Hahanapin mo na lang and then in an instant, nandun na kagad siya. So, siguro, masasabi ko dahil it's my personal experience din. I used to count, like, I write it down, but when I got introduced to these certain nutrition apps, parang dumali na rin. Kasi I just have, lalo na, if you're eating the same type of food every day. Kasi ikaw yung nagpara-prepare, pwede mo na mismong i-encode yung mga macronutrients ng pagkain na yun. And since inuulit-ulit mo naman na rin, ando na agad yun. I-click mo na lang, ito na. In an instant, natutulungan ka na niya kaagad. So, may mga perks din talaga, especially mga nutrition apps.
Yes,
based on my own experience.
Tama yun, Coach Anjo. No? So, bago ko magbigay ng insight. So,
yes.
Sir
Sige, Coach
Abdur will be answering your question together with the question of
kanina,
Sir Richard. Kasi it's a little bit parang similar.
Okay, sige,
pero
sige.
my take on nutrition app. So again, we are not saying that we don't need nutritionists, we don't need doctors. Pero in a way, for counting calories, di ba, it really helps. Okay, so kesa nga isusulat. And ang hirap kasi you Google yung pagkain, 100 grams. Then you compute with calculator, ilang grams ba to times ganito, etc. Eh, what if you're not good at math? Nako, patay na yung pag-total mo ng calories.
Totoo.
But and also some apps have verified na mga pagkain. So you already know if tama talaga yung input ng calories for that certain type, di ba? Certain brands. So baka naman sa mga fitness apps dyan, baka naman nagpaparinig na, no?
Sana may
lagi namin
ginagamit,
no? Yan. Yan. Lagi namin ginagamit yan.
Mismo yan,
baka, diba?
Pero
let's read this
tama yung
comment.
sinabi ni Miss Kia, no? Sa MyFitnessPal daw, madaming mali na nutritional value breakdown. Pero if verified yung item, yan, tama yun. Good thing na pinoint out ni Miss Kia, no? If verified yung item, mas may guarantee. But still, from a food, kasi ano si Kia, related sa food ang kanyang work, it will never be exact. Iba pa din yung compute mo mano-mano para sure. Totoo naman yun. That's so true.
Yes, that's... Kasi, di ba, parang, can you really cut yung bread ng sobrang sakto na walang
So precise, no?
walang
Totoo.
So those are things that you have to consider, and even when you're prepping food nga, di ba? There are other factors dyan. Kaya nga ako, siguro one thing na I usually do is, I never, paano ba? Underestimate ba? I always give myself buffer.
What do you mean by buffer?
For example, guys, this is an example only. I'm not saying everyone na kasing bigat ko or kasing tangkad ko should be eating 2,000.
Should do the same, no? Sige.
But let's say, figuratively, your recommended calories would be around 2,500. Okay, when I'm inputting yung as long as maybe I drop it for around 2-4 yung inputs ko. Okay, para I give myself a buffer or maybe 2-3.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Gets.
Especially when you're cutting, di ba?
Yes.
And when you're bulking. Kaya nga it's important that you monitor yourself. Di ba? You monitor yourself paulit-ulit. Kasi when you monitor yourself, nakikita mo meron ba discrepancies sa input ko? So next week, I saw na I'm adding weight. Maybe my inputs or the values na nilalagay ko, it's a little bit under compared dun sa actual values.
Right.
I do some tweaks here and there. So yan ang mga ginagawa ko para it might not be exact, pero at least kahit papano.
Very close to it, yeah. That's right.
Diba?
Yeah.
Sabi sana all daw 2K calories.
Bakit meron pa mas mababa? Medyo naawa talaga ako pag mababa yung calorie mo per day. Parang meron ako pina-follow online na parang you really have to to build a good relationship with your food. 'Di ba? Kailangan hindi yan I hate food. Kailangan you like to eat and kailangan pati amount of calories as much as possible. Yung nasa comfort zone mo na calories din. Well, depending on your goal, syempre. You should take that into consideration.
Yes. And siguro, since nabanggit to ni Coach Anjo, siguro tip na din when you're trying to lose weight. Sometimes kasi, we try to drop down immediately to our weight.
Daming ganyan.
For example,
daming ganyan. Parang kina-crash mo na
Exactly, di ba? Exactly. If you want to lose weight, let's say para madali na lang din, you're 200 pounds, tapos your ideal weight is around 150. You compute your calories at 150, tapos you drop down bigla. Diba? So parang nasa-shock ka din, tapos you're craving, you feel hungry every day, and you end up rebounding. Yes. I think the best way is to drop your calories slowly until you're able to drop it 500 calories per day without really affecting your metabolism, etc.
Yes, that's right.
Diba? Tapos unti-unti. Kaya nga it's better to, sabi nga, consult. Diba? Consult din sa mga tao na nakakaintindi on how
to... Tama, mismo yan, Chef Kia. Totoo.
Minsan kasi ganun parang we want the results immediately. Microwave mentality. Pag-click mo lang, 1 minute.
I like that. Microwave mentality. Yung mga instant no?
Instant
Totoo.
Water. Tapos abs agad. Hot water dito, biceps agad. Anyway, parang nagkakalokohan na tayo dito. Okay, so siguro, do you have any other insights, Coach Anjo? Or
siguro yung sasabihin ko will be really related to to the question. So maybe we can go to the question and let's share the insights.
So we have 2 questions na medyo similar kasi ang magiging flow ng discussion. So we have the first one. What are your takes on intermittent fasting and calorie deficit? And the second one is, hold on, wala tayong mod guys. So let's wait a little bit.
Ayan.
I'm on fasting.
Okay, kasi Ramadan.
Kasi Ramadan.
Anong specific set of exercise pag ang idea lagawin ko? Okay, sige.
Okay, so let's start with the intermittent
fasting.
Ikaw,
Sige.
Coach Anjo, since nabanggit mo na meron kang babanggitin tungkol dito.
Kasi okay. Sige, explain ko na lang muna thoughts ko on intermittent fasting and caloric deficit. Let's explain what is caloric deficit or calorie deficit. And again, yung calorie deficit, it's eating less than what you are actually burning or what you are using, what your body is using for your everyday life, let's say. So, kasi pag nag-calorie deficit tayo, laging ang end result will be losing weight. If you are always on a caloric deficit, the end result will always be that you will be losing weight. So, ano bang in connection yan with intermittent fasting? Kasi ang intermittent fasting, di ba, ang thought dyan is you will have a certain leeway, like a long period of time that you will not be eating and you will be scheduling a certain time frame where you will be eating. And then that time frame, siguro marami ka nang kakainin. Kasi pwede kasing once a day ka na lang kumain eh. So iba-iba kasi yung programming yun, di ba? Di ba, Coach Jan? Lalo na if you're a beginner, you will start with less hours and then eat. And then if you become an expert at it, mas pahaba ng pahaba yung time na hindi ka kakain, di ba? So my take on intermittent fasting, the best person na mag-intermittent fasting will always depend on your daily physical activities, okay? If you are a person who is morning pa lang, will require you to really move a lot and expend a lot of energy, pero nag-intermittent fasting ka, ang kain mo pa maybe after lunchtime, let's say 2 p.m. Kunwari lang tapos, morning pa lang, yung work mo is requiring you to move a lot. Then, you will really feel a certain weakness. Kasi wala kang energy at that moment when you need it. Kasi lahat ng nutrition mo, lahat ng energy mo will come from the time dun ka pa lang sa kakain ka. So, dun pa lang, hindi siya, for me, it's not the optimum way of dealing with your everyday life. Kasi manghihina ka lagi. Hindi ka lagi at your best kapag nag-work ka kasi wala kang energy. Lahat yun sinesave up mo up until dun sa time frame na yun. But, let's say if you're an office worker na ang activity mo lang naman is to sit down and look at the computer, magta-type ka lang naman, tatayo ka lang to get coffee, let's say, ganyan, or break. Siguro doon, pwede mong i-apply yung intermittent fasting. Kasi yung time mo, hindi ka naman masyadong magalaw, pero ayun nga lang, doon ka pala kakain. Siguro nakikita ko lang na bad side doon is, you're still using your brain power, but your brain still uses carbs, let's say, to function well. Baka naman hindi masyado mag-function well. Pero yun yung mga tao nakikita ko na best na mag-intermittent fasting kapag you're not really moving that much. And then, meron ka lang certain time na kumakain. Siguro yun muna. Baka, I'm sure si Coach John meron din take on this eh. What's your take on intermittent fasting?
Nako, wag niyong, hindi, joke lang. Biglang violent reaction.
Kasi medyo may experience yata si Coach John dito.
May gano'n na agad, no? So, I hope, Sir Richard, you're still here. And if you have friends who have the same question, di ba, kindly share our Facebook Live.
Yes.
Siguro, first thing na pag-usapan natin is, or my point would be calorie deficit and intermittent fasting. And why is it easier to achieve calorie deficit when you are on intermittent fasting? Kasi most of the time, not most, siguro for some people, they use intermittent fasting as a way to lose weight. Diba? It's because it's easy for them to curb yung calories. And then, sasabihin nila, wow, intermittent fasting is the holy grail for losing weight because my friends, friends, diba? Alam mo yung kwentuhan sa Pinoy, yung kaibigan ng kaibigan ng kaibigan.
Nag-work yun eh. Try mo kaya, ano? Sabi ng kapitbahay ko, nag-work sa kanya, try mo rin kaya.
Exactly. So parang holy grail agad ang intermittent fasting when it comes to calorie deficit. And it's because it's easier to just say, I will stop eating for a certain amount of time. And then I will start eating again. And usually intermittent fasting protocols would offer a small window for eating. Your stomach kasi or your digestive system can only accommodate a certain volume of food. Hindi mo naman pwede balloon yan eh, madidistend yan. And eventually you will feel parang masakit na yung tiyan mo. And if you're
parang experience ko yan, Coach Jan, sa mga sa mga buffet, no? Siyempre,
Diba?
gusto mong
Exactly.
sulitin yung buffet. Dadamihan ko yung kain ko. Hanggang andito na yung pagkain mo, ano. Nafe-feel ko na andito na. Andito na sa level na.
Tapos sasabihin mo, order nga ako ng Coke to push it down.
To push it down. Mismo,
Soda
mismo,
to push
mismo.
yung food down. Anyway, so
Yes,
though,
continue.
medyo nagana na tayo, pero kamukha nun, you can't really push food down kasi it takes certain number of hours before food moves pababa ng pababa
Yes,
in your
yes.
digestive tract. So pag napuno talaga yung let's say sa stomach nyo, hindi talaga na kayo makakain after. And kung 2 meals lang talaga or 1 meal lang talaga, you might not be able to fit 3,000 calories or 4,000
for
calories
one meal.
in a meal. Diba?
Oo,
Kaya nga you
correct.
end up losing weight because of calorie deficit.
Yes.
Diba? Not intermittent fasting per se. You're using intermittent fasting as a way to get your calorie deficit. Yes. Now, for intermittent fasting, maganda yung sinabi ni Coach Anjo. Is it for everyone? Well, again, guys, it depends on the person. Kasi remember, we have 3 energy systems. Your carbs, diba? A major energy system, your phosphate, phosphagen energy system, your glycolytic, and your oxidative. So, wag na natin pa-science masyado yung sarili natin. Pero when you're intermittent fasting, since you're not consuming anything, and you're depleted, your glycogen, your blood sugar is a little bit on the lower side. The body would utilize energy by creating, or for example, glycogenolysis, gluconeogenesis, etc., etc. Okay, they break down certain macronutrients in your body to create your energy. Kaya nga nagkaka-energy ka. However, it takes a little bit longer and more steps. That's why it's not as optimal as just taking in energy from food. Kaya nga, if you're going to work out and you're fasted, sometimes you feel sluggish.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi it takes time. Parang, kumbaga may buwelo pa yan. Kailangan mo na bumelo bago umovertake yung kotse. Compared to when you're eating, you just feed yung engine mo with
that's right.
energy and then it goes fast agad. Okay, so ganun lang din yung nakikita ko doon. If you're doing intermittent fasting and you work out before eating, then that could be a problem. If you're not going to eat naman after workouts, apparently, guys, in several studies have shown that consuming glucose or simple carbohydrates after exercise stops the catabolic effect ng workout. Okay, so what is catabolic? Yung parang breakdown ng stuff. Okay, so pinapa-stop daw yan. Kaya nga it helps with muscle building. So the terms medyo confused lang tayo. Pero in a way, sinasabi nga, consume simple carbs after. Okay, next point tayo siguro, Coach. Ito. Dito tayo.
I am on fasting kasi Ramadan. Ano specific set of exercises ang ideal na gawin ko? Okay. So, ako sige. My thoughts and insights on this, since you're fasting, and definitely you might not have the right amount of energy inside you talaga to do intense workouts. No, so my suggestion would be try to do something that's maybe Coach John can correct me on this if hindi siya nagko-connect probably low intensity. I don't know. Maybe it might be the right workout for you. Hindi yung, let's say, if you're doing weights, tapos pinlano mo pa mas lalo mabibigat talaga. I don't think that would be the best type of workout. Kasi you might not have that amount of energy to lift that amount of weight, diba? So it might even injure you pa. So I suggest mga low intensity type of workout. Siguro, safe naman dyan yung mga light cardio, like jogging. Kunwari lang like fasted state Usually, di ba, wag ka na lang tumakbo, mag-light jog ka na lang or brisk walk, let's say. Siguro you can do yoga. I don't know. Correct, Coach John, you may correct me on this. Mga low intensity workouts.
I think sobrang accurate din yung sagot ni Coach Anjo This is not... sa class ko kasi, this is a topic close to my heart. Kaya this is my case study.
I see.
Okay,
go. Perfect.
Doing fasted workouts. Again, guys, this is not scripted. yung mga nagtanong, we don't know some of the viewers na nagtanong. So, again, nagkataon lang talaga na as sports science coaches and even Coach Anjo, di ba, we read a lot of scholarly articles. That's why we have opinions na nabe-base namin on the things that we've read. So, tama yung sinabi ni Coach Anjo eh. Remember, back to energy systems, when you're lifting weights, it's usually a glycolytic energy system. So, kailangan meron kang blood sugar. Okay, your carbohydrates, your glucose, pupunta yan. Fuel everything you're doing. And since you're fasted, you're heavily depleted in glycogen. If the body will try to convert glycogen, talagang hindi mo kaya yung higher intensity. Diba? Baka, sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, baka pag-push mo yan, mapipika ng weight. Diba? So, pwede yun. So, I would also suggest a lower intensity and maybe lower volume ng workout kasi you might not have enough energy. So, this is a case kasi na we cannot just say na parang, Mr. Abdur, stop whatever you're doing. Kasi this is part of Mr. Abdur's lifestyle eh. Diba?
Right.
Lifestyle and talaga yung religion. So I'm thinking it's more of a religion. Diba? So since it's part of Mr. Abdur's talagang, he adheres to this one. So tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo. And in one study that I have read kasi, diba? Usually the intensity, not the intensity, pero when you increase your intensity and you do a lot without really putting in enough nutrients, sometimes, depende dun sa kung gaano kabigat at kahirap yung ginawa nyo, your immune system gets affected. So, baka ang immune system nyo. And if you try to reduce whatever you're doing within the capacity of the body to recover, dahil nga onti lang yung kinain nyo during that time, that would be better for you. Diba? That would be better for you. You can easily recover. Hindi ka pa magkasakit. Diba? Kasi if you really push too much without having the proper nutrients, diba? Malaki. I think we've discussed this, Coach Anjo, the drop in immune system.
Yes. Nabagat natin lagi yan sa mga lives.
3 to 6 hours after workout, there is this dip. So if you're in Ramadan, you still can eat to help contradict the dip, then maybe that is something you should consider. Drop down. Hindi naman, again guys,
don't eliminating your workout, no?
Now you could watch our previous videos regarding losing gains. Kasi baka naman yun na natatakot sa
yun yung concern pala, no?
Diba? Natakot siya baka mawala yung gains ko. So, paano ba yan, Ramadan? Maybe you can just taper off during the Ramadan and then go back at it after. Because it's still recovery. It's part of recovery. Okay, I think this one from Mr. Abdur. Share lang daw niya. Sige, Coach Anjo.
Share ko lang, I started cycling 3 months ago and goal ko is to lose weight. That's okay, yes. I removed my rice slowly within a month. Tapos hanggang sa totally wala na ang rice. So wala nang rice. Successful naman kasi after 3 months, I ended up with my weight from 72 kilos down to 58. Congratulations, unang-una sa lahat. Congratulations for achieving this. This is really a good achievement when it comes to losing weight. So whatever na ginawa mo, it's effective. So pat on the back. Good job, Coach.
Good job, diba? Siyempre. We encourage people here, especially if you're moving towards the right direction.
Yes.
Coach Anjo, what's your take on this one? Sa sharing Mr. Abdul.
So I'm happy that you've managed to achieve this kind of result. Kasi yun naman din talagang goal natin. If talagang we want to lose weight, then whatever you did, it's effective. So ngayon, meron lang ako dun lang akong may konting insight lang ako sa wala ng rice. If you really like rice naman, okay, let's say you love rice, but you're just doing this because you really want to lose weight. Okay? Removing your rice, it's okay. Pero kasi nag-cycling ka eh. So you really need, you need carbs. You need carbs in order for you to function well when you're cycling. For me, you need the amount of carbs. So siguro you can get, kung hindi man rice, maybe you're getting your other carb sources from other food. Pwedeng gulay, pwede rin naman mga complex carbs, pwede din siguro kamote or potatoes. Pwede naman. Pero if you love rice, if you're that type of person, then you don't necessarily need to remove it completely. Kaya doon ko na lang ipapasok yung sinasabi nating flexible dieting. na if you know how to count your if you know how to count your macros, your calories, you may not cut your rice. Pwede ka pa rin kumain ng rice. It's really just knowing and familiarizing yourself with amount of carbohydrates that you are already taking. Okay? And still get the results. Yun ang kagandahan dun. You can still eat rice.
Exactly.
You can eat rice. And yet, you
Diba?
can still go down to 58 kilograms. Kumakain ka pa rin ng rice, diba? Yun ang kagandahan dun.
Paano yun, coach? Diba? Imaginein mo kung only rice, tapos, oh no, I have to cut. Diba?
I have to cut, diba?
My thoughts on this one is...
Yes, Coach Jan.
Tama yung sinabi ni Coach Anjo. Although when you're cycling, I'm assuming we're doing long distance cycling, no? So endurance type na cycling. When we're doing long distance cycling, endurance type na cycling, the major energy system here would be the oxidative energy system. So it breaks down fats. So bakit? Di mali na si Coach Anjo. But again, guys, when we break down fat, it also uses carbs, di ba? Kasi your fat burns in carbohydrate flame. You need your carbs to slowly transition towards burning these fats or the oxidative system. Kaya nga, if you're really cutting down on your carbs, sobrang baba, then that might affect your performance eventually in the long run. Diba? In the long run. Kasi sabi nga ni Coach Anjo, baka naman nga kasi naka-complex carb siya. Baka may kamote.
Or sa vegetables, kumuha ng carbs.
Sugar from fruits, etc. etc. So, those are things that we have to consider. And tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo. Lagi ito binabanggit ni Coach Anjo. So, ako naman ang magbabanggit para maulit, di ba? Pero calorie deficit kasi, di ba? One thing kasi, if you keep everything the same, and you drop something, that already takes away from your calories and creates caloric deficit. But if you're taking out rice and then adding additional, maybe a can of corned beef kasi nagtanggal ka ng rice, di ba? Mas mataas pa yun. Mas mataas pa yung calories doon. So, basta wag papalitan, bababa talaga. Another thing with cutting down rice is that glucose usually, correct me if I'm wrong, nutritionists out there or chemists out there, usually glucose attract or need water kasi. Kaya nga when you drop your carbohydrates, you also drop your water weight. Kaya nga malaki talaga ang nadra-drop when you drop your carbs. But are you losing weight or are you losing important weight, meaning your fat? Are you losing fat or you're just losing water weight? Diba? Those are things to consider. Sabi pala, nagkakalukuhan na, sabi ni Miss Kia, si ano daw, close sa heart.
Yes.
Okay. So, yan ang moderator namin, guys. Okay, so may ganun. Ito pala, meron palang habol. Yan.
Yun naman pala. Yun. So, good yun. Good naman talaga yun. Yeah. So, you can eliminate the rice and get your carb sources from other food sources.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
So, hindi naman kailangan rice talaga, di ba? Pero if you like rice, then, it's okay, wag lang madami. Wag lang madami. So may tanong si Miss Kia. Bakit nga ba, Miss Kia? Bakit?
Para makahinga.
Bakit cycling?
Para makahinga. Cycling shorts.
Natin, di ba? So maybe someone in the cycling would answer this one. Di ba? Sabi din ni Mr. Abdur, pwede naman daw 3-4. Hindi naman daw dapat cycling shorts. Bakit naka-cycling pag nag-gym? Hindi naman magsa-cycle.
Hindi naman, oo nga.
Pwede naman, di ba?
Meron bang gymming shorts?
Gymming shorts. Again, guys, it's available in our store. Merch namin yung gymming shorts. Abangan nyo next week. Wala lang supplies, pero magkakaroon kami gymming shorts.
Yun pala. Diba? Tatak Collected Kinetics, gymming shorts.
Gymming shorts. We'll be giving away gymming shorts. Magulat na lang kayo pag sobrang ikli niyan. Parang band lang siya. I think ito siguro before we end our live.
Sige. Sabi ni Chef Kia, be careful with IF or other fad diets. Baka nag-drop nga weight mo, pero baka mag-develop ka naman ng other medical conditions. Kaya it's always good to really consult your doctor first, lalo na if you really want to try a specific type of diet, you should at least consult a doctor if yung diet na yan ba ay really perfect or tama ba yan for you.
Yes. And siguro nga, to add to that one, we have recommendations kasi, Pinggang Pinoy, okay, so for other countries,
Yes.
they also have their own plate recommendations. And it's usually your balanced diet. Kaya nga when you're trying diets that drop a certain nutrient, creates this parang kakaibang pagbabago, then maybe you should really consult your nutritionist, your doctors, etc., etc. Kasi, again, there are protocols. Sometimes we just look at intermittent fasting as a window of not eating and eating. Pero sometimes, di ba, may mga protocols yan. Baka naman, right after fasting, you spike it with simple carbs, di diabetic ka niyan kasi ang taas ng blood sugar mo. Di ba? Okay, although there are studies with insulin sensitivity, wag na tayo pa-science. Magugulo lang tayo lalo dyan. Okay, but again, we're talking about science, ha? Hindi naman dinidiscard yung science kasi both Coach Andrew and I, we came from sports science kasi. Okay, it's just that sometimes, okay, mahirap intindihin yung terms. For us, it's easy. Kaya nga, that's why we have collective kinetics.
Yeah.
Diba? So,
sakto din yung breaking bro science wherein we're putting those ideas with scientific backup para mas maging solid yung mga sinasabi ng iba dyan. Parang ganun siya. Sinasabi ng iba.
Okay, so kamuhanan, tama yung sabi ni Coach Anjo, di ba? We do the reading, guys. Kaya don't hesitate to share our FB Live kasi we are going...
That's right. Coach? Hindi kaya nga kagandahan ng live stream natin. Kapag meron kayong mga naririnig na you don't think na, or you want more evidence or more scientific backup para mas maging legit yun, it's the best time to comment it during the live stream para malay nyo yung question na yun. Usually ganoon naman nangyayari, di ba? Yung question nyo na yan yung nakukuha rin namin topic for the next live stream para mas mabigyan pa ng focus at saka talaga specifically research kami on that topic with the scientific evidence that you are looking for. So, yun, di ba? Let's make it really more interactive by doing that. Ayun. So, any other thing to say, Coach John? Or are we good? Ala. Is it me or naghang talaga si Coach John? Are you guys still there? Comment down below if you're still here watching. Para malaman. Ayan.
Ayan pala. Sorry guys.
Ayan, Coach John, you're back.
Okay. So ito pala. So I would like to thank, not I, but we would like to thank Sir Leo kasi the topic wouldn't be possible without the question of Sir Leo.
Yeah.
So I think this was the past live. So again guys, di ba, tanong lang tayo ng tanong. We do the reading.
Yes.
Okay, and then we spread the information. Okay.
Meron ba tayong questions, Coach John?
Ay, meron pala. Siguro last na lang para
sige,
humabol. Diba? Meron tayong humabol na viewer.
Sige.
Okay, so again, mabait naman ang coaches dito. So before we move on to the question, let's make it real daw. Make it a thing. Gymming shorts daw.
Oy, bakit hindi nga? I think it's a good idea. Alam mo, yan, dyan papasok ang marketing.
Sabi din, sabi ni Mr. Abdur.
Diba? Marketing. Ano yun? Marketing, Coach John.
Diba? Malay nyo, hindi na mag-cycling, gymming na with the
shorts.
Okay. Ayan, nagalit yung cycling shorts. Kaya nawala daw si Coach. Sorry guys, hindi ko mapakita yung cycling shorts ko. Pero I'm slowly transitioning to using gymming shorts.
Gymming shorts. Mismo yun.
Anyway, dun tayo sa last question.
Before
we leave, sabi. Coach, question, ang stationary cycling ba same effect as actual cycling? Okay, so siguro mauna ako dito, Coach Andrew.
Sige, Coach John.
Is it the same? Is it not the same? So again, it really depends. When we're talking about sports science and motor learning, etc., you have your person, task, and environment. My question is, do you have the same environment when you're doing stationary cycling compared to actual cycling? do you have the same task when you're doing stationary cycling compared to actual cycling? Are you really trying to mimic the actual cycling in stationary cycling? Kasi syempre, you have wind drag. Diba? When you're cycling, you have wind drag. So hindi mo pwede sabihin, mabagal lang yung pedal ko, this is my pace. When there's wind drag, you really have to pedal more or else you will slow down. So that's something you could consider. Diba? You also have your friction sa tires, diba? Et cetera, et cetera. And remember, napanood ko to before, I think in one of my case studies din, yung position mo dun sa line, okay, with regards to other cyclists. Pag nasa likod ka nila, so ano lang, take this like grain of salt lang or sand.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's the 6th or the 7th position when the drag already diminishes. Not diminishes, pero kasi parang first mabigat yung drag, when you move to the second, pahina. And then pagdating ata sa
that's interesting.
It will no longer be different. Parang it will be stable.
Parang sinasalo na kasi ng mga nasa harap yung resistance ng wind, ano? Ang galing na. Yeah, that makes sense.
May napanood ko siya somewhere, and it's a sports science analysis din. And sabi ni Miss Kia,
tapat ako sa isang gusto ng industrial. You're recreating that scenario, no?
Diba? Pero siguro coach, unless ang goal mo talaga is to ride outside, then maybe you should mimic the outside environment. Pero if your goal is just to keep on moving, okay, cycling or stationary cycling is good it's lighter on your joints, lighter on your, yung joints nyo, less impact. Okay, so kung halimbawa may ina-avoid tayong ganyan, pwede yan. Okay? How about you, Coach Anjo? Regarding
siguro,
cycling,
I'm not really like a super fan of cycling, but what I can see, if let's say you have a stationary bike and yun nga parang sabi nga tama yung person, task, and environment, diba? Maybe to add that excitement, you can actually recreate or that scenario in your place. Lalo na ngayon kung pandemic and you kind of miss going out, enjoying the scenery, mga ganyan. Eh di ba uso rin naman sa mga gyms dati, yung they're really recreating a certain scenario. Even the tempo, even the, di ba may pagganong-ganon pa yan? May mga tempo pa yan na sinusunod, di ba, ng mga cycling. Kung may coach pa nga minsan. So yun, you can do that. Eh di doon pa lang, you can really add different variations. Hindi ka lang stationary, you're actually adding more resistance, you're adding more movement with your body. So may mga ways naman, Kung nababore ka na sa kaka-stationary bike mo dyan at may miss mo yung outdoor. So there are certain ways that you can recreate that experience even you're just at home.
Yes, hindi na siguro namin ma-plug kasi we're not affiliated and we don't know yung name. Pero there are sports scientists out there na ganun, sa Zwift ata yung gamit or something, where they dictate the tempo. So speed up. Okay, uphill tayo. So guys, stand up and do this and that. So those are things that you could consider. Okay, so last thoughts from Miss Kia.
Yung stationary ko nung bata may design. Ewan ko sa
okay. So anyway, we leave you with this quote, Coach Anjo. Again, meron ba tayong mga announcements?
Siguro lang. Be updated with what's happening here at Collective Kinetics. And sa mga nanonood sa mga previous live streams namin, alam nyo naman that we are partnered with Decathlon Masinag. And they have a promo now. If you want, you can actually do a sign up dun sa kanilang page, no, sa Decathlon Masinag page. And yung sign up na yun is for a free assessment. Okay? So it's a free assessment care of your Collective Kinetics coaches. So if you are interested to have a free fitness assessment, you can simply just go to their Facebook page, Decathlon Masinag, and sign up there. Yung sign up will be up until May 31 if I'm not mistaken, Yun hanggang dun lang ang ating free fitness assessment. So ano ba ang importance ng fitness assessment? Again, it's a good gauge for you kung saan ang starting point mo in your fitness journey. Tsaka if ever that you want to work out at home and you're scared, maybe you are not that fit, kami na ang bahala to assess you if you are fit dun sa certain programs na yan. At ang kagandahan dyan, guys, kaming Collected Kinetics, we will be holding a group class. Diba? Like a group class. So kung gusto nyong sumali for our group class, na kami rin na magiging coaches ninyo, just show interest by asking questions. Just send us a message on Facebook. I-DM nyo kami about these details. And we will be more than happy to share you guys kung ano ba ang magiging i-expect nyo or kung ano yung in store for you guys sa mga group classes ng Collective Kinetics. Yeah. Alright, Coach John, ikaw, ano ba? Last words before we end.
Siguro sakto, no? Baka iniisip talaga ng mga viewers natin, ang scripted. Pero naalala ko lang, again guys, hindi to scripted. Questions talaga to ng ating viewers. Pero kasi pagpapansin nyo, remember, you might be using your apps. Maybe this is the chance to consult. Diba? It does not necessarily mean full-on assessment lang. Maybe you want to consult with us regarding a certain matter, maybe an app. Diba? Maybe you don't know how to do a certain exercise in the app program, etc., etc. Then maybe, diba, this is your chance. So again, sabi ni Coach, we might have a group thing. We might also have gymming shorts. So guys,
feeling ko in the works na yan. Pag-usapan natin yan.
Shout pala kay Mr. Paulo Olegario, cousin ko to, and kay
Doc Mio. Thank you so much, Doc Mio, for staying and watching the live.
Yes. And ayun nga. So we might have group classes, and the important thing here is to get assessed para we know where to start. And we could start. Okay?
Exactly.
So I think that's it. So watch out for us.
Thank you so much.
Spotify.
Yes.
Leave you with our awesome intro.
Yeah, all right, guys. Thank you, guys. See you guys again next week for another episode of Breaking Bro Science. Bye, man.